Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Korean Atlanta Mentorship. And in this video, I want to talk about something that most people will never admit to you, but it's hidden from you in plain sight, right? And let's start off with this. Let me go ahead and tell you about a little bit about myself. This is real talk. So, I'm actually not from Atlanta. I actually moved out of California to Atlanta around 20, was it 2014? Oh my goodness. Like, yeah, probably 2014. And one of the main reasons that I moved out of California, before it was cool to move out of California, because remember how after like 2019, 2020, 2021, everybody wanted to move out of California, and they still want to move out of California. But I moved a little bit before it was cool to move out of California. And it's not because I thought Atlanta was the greatest place in the world, although even though when I visited, I thought it was really cool. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's because I just wanted to get away from California. And what was in California for me was this is where I grew up. This is where it's where my friends and family that I've known for my entire life have been. So when I became an adult, I always thought like the world turned into some sort of weird, strange, and inverted place because it seems like every time I shared some ideas with the people that I know, these could have been friends I knew for like 5, 10 plus years. They all kind of said the same thing in the same fashion even though they were like kind of unrelated parties, right? So I've had people tell me things like different people who don't really know each other say the same thing, like, well, and this is after I shared some ideas with them, like, well, what makes you think you can do that? You don't have any life experience. And to be honest, like, I'd just be blown away. I'm like, where'd that come from? Right? Like, didn't we just used to be like cool people who hang out and try new things and eventually I came to the conclusion that my experience, even though it felt deeply personal to me, is actually universal, right? It's actually universal. And then I started reading books like 48 Laws of Power, and then I just started to um, understand the power of just doing kind of like random Google searches to see if anybody else was experiencing what I was feeling. And I came to the conclusion that your friends and family want you to fail. Because in their mind, if you succeed, then you're making them look bad. And that is like the most insane thing to me, right? Like, I want other people to be successful. I want other people to be inspiration to me. But other people have this weird inverted way of thinking that makes no sense to me. And so that the way they see me is as their competition, which means that if I succeed, they don't they think they look bad. And here's the thing. I think in a normal, healthy society, there's that thing called that social contract where we do our part, and other people will do their part too. And so the last thing that I ever expected was that the people that I've grown up with would be like not supportive of me at all, right? Like they wouldn't like they'd be like actively like wanting me to fail, and it's just like whoa, like so once I came to that conclusion. Yeah, and I actually came to the conclusion even before I moved out of California, but it took me like just courage just to get out and move to Georgia. It really did. And so the main reason I moved to Georgia is not because like I really, 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 really fell in love with Georgia. It's more like I'm gonna be in a place where I can stop expecting anything out of anybody. That's the main reason I moved to Georgia, really. And I don't think this is like, unfortunately, this is not my like, my experience is not unique. Let's say that, right? And I know this because I see like random Reddit posts created in the last year or so, or very recent, and they kind of just say the same thing or things or that I've experienced. It's kind of sad too, right? Like, why is it that a stranger will support you more than your friends and family? And it's because your friends and family want you to fail, which is sad. And you know what gets me? I want to tell you what gets me. You ever read those stories about like immigrants who are like going into maybe like small towns in droves and so like makes national news? I've always wondered. Okay, this is what I've always wondered. They're able to travel thousands of miles to find those small towns, and I know it's a hot button political issue, but let's forget the politics for now. But I always find it fascinating they're able to like cross thousands and thousands of miles to get to like a small town and go there to live, but your friends and family who are like right in the same room as you have absolutely no curiosity about what it is that you're doing. In fact, I remember going back to California in like Christmas, I think 2 years ago, and I was like, "Yeah, listen, man, like velocity banking, pay off your debt," and zero people had any curiosity about just asking me like some basics if I can like demonstrate it to them. And it kind of like I wasn't sad at that time, but I just like, man, I kind of want to be surprised, like if I could show you this cool thing, and um, it made an impact on my life. Of course, I want to share with you. And look at the people online. Look at this. I make $363 a month on YouTube. That's not easy, especially for the channel where I put like almost no effort into it, right? And so there's an audience that's hooked on to me doing almost the same, let's say, video or presentation over and over again. In fact, let me just go ahead and stroke my ego by looking at the lifetime of the number of watched hours, which is about 47,000. So society and humanity in general has decided that, yeah, I want to spend 40,000 hours of my time watching your YouTube videos. And but when you're with your friends and family, they just don't can't even take like 10 minutes just to listen to you. Yet there are immigrants who spend thousands who are able to travel thousands and thousands of miles and make all that effort to find that small town to live in, but your friends and family can't listen to you for 10 minutes? And then that's kind of like when I realized, yeah, I probably did make the right choice. And the reason that I think I made the right choice is just not because like Georgia is like the best place to roll. I know I've said like two or three times in this um, video already, but I just don't want to expect anything from the people that I knew. It's very like hurtful to almost kind of think like, man, the people that I knew and that I kind of thought that I'd learn and grow together with for the rest of my life are they're kind of worthless, which is not like a natural train of thought in my opinion. You know? Like you ask any kid, like, do you want to think like the people you grew up with are going to be worthless people who you will never be able to collaborate with? That's a very harsh thought, right? That's a very harsh thought. But like I said, the more personal the experience field, the more universal it actually is. I mean, you just take a look at these Reddit posts. Strangers will support you more than your friends, and almost always, and I hate it. I used to feel about this. I hate this part too. Like I hate it too, but eventually I did come to kind of like accept it, right? So it's not like, oh, I found out that I felt this way like 2 days ago. Although sometimes people act like, yeah, they try to talk to me like I'm a 19, 18-year-old college student who is trying to act, I don't know, smug or whatever. I don't know, but let's just kind of play this post on the AI generator. Okay, let's just do that. So,
I'm a career creative and have had many creative side hustles over the years. I mainly sell paintings. I am the type of friend to like and share any post for my friends. I'll boost them up as much as I can, especially if I can't afford to buy their stuff. Engagement means a lot on social media. It pushes the post to new audiences. I have had almost no friends share my art, and very few even bother to interact with the posts. They'll watch my stories and never interact. They follow me and never like or comment. It's weird. It's really frustrating that so many people I've spent years supporting aren't returning that energy now that I'm trying to turn my side hustle into a career. I never really noticed how many people were engaging or not with my posts about art because I wasn't really taking it all that seriously. But now I notice. I have had strangers support me for years. I've had people I've never met before buy paintings for hundreds of dollars. They post about my stuff and refer their friends. I appreciate it, of course, but it's hard not being bitter that my own friends just watch from a distance. I mean, I'm not even asking them to buy anything, but it wouldn't kill them to interact with my posts. It's the bare minimum. I don't mean all my followers. I'm talking about maybe 10 to 15 people who I consider friends and have done the same for. I know this is also not exclusive to art. Anyone who tries to start their own business will notice this trend, unless you happen to be really lucky and have super supportive friends and family. The people who are that lucky are the ones who find quick success, the ones who aren't have to grind and hustle for years. I guess just take this as a reminder that little things like liking, commenting, and sharing posts can mean a lot to someone who's trying to get their business off the ground.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I get you. I get you. You know, it's hard because again, there's that social contract where you expect like, hey, your tribe will take care of you, and you'll take care of your tribe. But your tribe doesn't want to take care of you, and that's really sad, right? And here's another post I found, which is kind of similar in a way, but not really. Friends mock and degrade my business. They want me to fail, and this is from 1 year ago, right? And so let me just go ahead and copy and paste this post into into the AI voice generator, and this is really cool. All I gotta do is just copy and paste, and it brings it to life. So let's go ahead and generate the speech.
I quit my job in IT tech to create an unrelated service business startup. I wanted a break from the rat race and have always wanted to start my own operation just to see if I can make it work. I told some ex-colleagues and friends I was doing this, and all they wished me well. Now, whenever they get in touch, they're getting in these passive-aggressive, mocking digs in the middle of conversations. It's taken on this IMO nasty tone. It's either joking questions about my current income, or jokes about the logo looking stupid, or joking about how I'm lazy now I don't have a boss. Sometimes they even post stupid comments on my official Twitter threads, passively mocking what I'm discussing, which for me was the straw that broke the camel's back and felt totally unprofessional. At first, I was puzzled, but thought it was just stupid buddy jokes. Now, it's actually really got me pissed. It feels totally over the line, like they're trying to demean and degrade me and my business, and I don't understand what their problem is. Is it envy? Anger that I changed sectors? Are they scared I might actually start a successful enterprise? I've told them individually in private that it annoys me, and a couple even argued back with me that I'm being too sensitive. Do I just need to cut these toxic folks out of my life? Anyone else here experience this weird behavior from friends?
So here's the thing that I'll tell you all, right? It's actually better to keep quiet and then succeed first, and then you tell other people, because then you'll know if people were biased against you or not. And I think even before you do that, you could probably tell 9 out of 10 times that they weren't in support of you, right? Like I've never been in a situation where I've ever talked to, let's say, a group of children, let's say 12 and under, and had like the thought that I should discourage them from um, like don't do whatever it is that you want to do, right? But I remember when I was a kid, I would have these memories of everybody trying to discourage me from doing anything. It was like the most insane thing. Um, like I really thought it was really insane. How now that I think about it as an adult, like I've never talked to any kid and told them that they'd go ahead and fail in what they would do. I would just be like always supportive of them. And now like just kind of thinking retrospectively, like I can't believe so many adults would talk to me that like harshly in that way to kind of kill my dreams. And I'm not even much of a successful go-getter guy, which is kind of sad, right? And so he- yeah, so here's the thing, right? You don't need people to agree with you to succeed. That's the good thing about this world, right? If there's one thing about this world that's pretty great, is that you don't need other people to support you to succeed. Although that would be pretty cool if that happened, but I'm kind of like, I don't want to say living proof, but if people don't support me and they say, "Hey, everything I'm doing is a scam," I'm just like, "Yeah, man, that's cool." But I'll just kind of share my screenshot of my phone to tell you that to buzz off and I don't need you or your validation, you know? So, anyways, moral of the story is that most, like, for 99% of you, and again, if you're in that 1%, bless your lucky stars, because you are blessed, because most people aren't in that situation. Most people want you to fail, right? Your friends and family don't want you to succeed. And this is why a lot of people, they never become successful, because, just kind of like with the AI voice generator, it's just you kind of start to question yourself and you just don't work on your mission, right? And what's honestly sad is that and again, kind of like what this person says here, like, you're gonna hate it at first and eventually come to accept it. Random strangers will support you than the people that you know, like totally random strangers. And this is one of the reasons why I actually created the YouTube channel, believe it or not. Like, I get a lot of comments now these days. I mean, take a look at all of these comments, right? Except for this guy, he doesn't like me. And let me reply to this. That's cool, man. I'm I'm creating a cult. This has nothing to do with velocity banking. All right. All right, but here's the thing. A lot of people are very supportive, and so, I really, great explanation here. All these supportive comments, except for this guy, but I love you too. So, okay, so that's just kind of the sad reality of life, that most people are not going to support you, especially people that you've known or you've grown up with. Real talk, right? But it's okay. I mean, if I explain to velocity banking or line of credit or how banking works or how banks don't lend money to people who need it, I mean, I'm the only one that I know with this huge line of credit, at least personally in my own circle. I mean, what am I going to do? Just stare at my phone all day? All right, that's cool, man. Okay, well, that's it for today. Well, have a great day, everybody. So, hopefully, this wasn't too depressing, but just kind of a real dose of reality, right? All right, good night, and we'll speak next time.